Big breaking news now coming in connection with the AI-171 plane crash in Ahmedabad. What we are given to understand is that this is through government, the information that's coming in, that AI-171 black box data is being downloaded at this point in time. Remember, that is something that's going to provide crucial bit of information on the reason of the crash of the plane in Ahmedabad. And what we are learning at this point in time is that the data is being analyzed. The analysis of data from the black box is currently underway. And my colleague Vishnu Shom now joins us on the broadcast here, getting us more on that. Vishnu, this is what we are learning at the moment. What more details?
Very big breaking news now coming in on the process of investigation into the AI-170 crash. Remember, more than 270 people were killed when an Air India Boeing 787 Dreamliner aircraft on a flight from Ahmedabad to London Gatwick crashed shortly after takeoff in Ahmedabad. It is now clear that the black box, which has two components, a digital flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder, those have been successfully accessed. The data has been downloaded. All of this has taken place in Delhi. The Accident Investigation Board is actually a part of this entire process. Both the cockpit voice recorders and flight data recorders. Remember, there are two black boxes in this aircraft. Each black box has two components, the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder. Data from the cockpit voice recorders, both of them, and the flight data recorders, both of them, were recovered from the crash site. The black boxes were brought from Ahmedabad to Delhi by an Indian Air Force aircraft with full security on the 24th of June 2025. The front black box arrived at the Accident Investigation Board's laboratory, Delhi, at 2 p.m. on the 24th of June, so a couple of days back. The rear black box, one was positioned, remember, the black box in the front of the aircraft, one at the rear section of the tail section of the aircraft, that was brought also on the 24th of June. The current status and data extraction status is that on the evening of the 24th of June, the team led by the Director General Accident Investigation Board, along with technical members of the National Transport Safety Board, which is the American investigator, the American regulator, they began the data extraction process. The crash protection module from the front black box was safely retrieved. Like, that is the crucial part of the black box. It is inside that data actually exists. The memory module was successfully accessed. Data has been downloaded, and this is the big breaking news. Data has been downloaded of the black boxes in this crash. The analysis of the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder is underway. These efforts aim to reconstruct the sequence of events leading to the accident and identify contributing factors to enhance aviation safety and prevent future occurrence. All actions have been taken in full compliance with domestic laws and international obligations in a time-bound manner. Now, I was inquiring through my sources on when a preliminary report would be out. As I understand it, a preliminary report into this crash needs to take place within a period of 1 month. That time period hasn't happened, but with the recovery of this data successfully, and given the fact that at least one of the black boxes was very badly damaged, given the fact that you have recovered the data, the process of reconstruction can start. And I think in a finite period of time, there would be a report, a preliminary one, which can actually give people around the world, not just in India, that basic explanation. What went wrong? Why did that Boeing 787 Dreamliner's engines roll back on thrust? Did they roll back on thrust? Was there an electrical failure? Was there a pilot error? Was it a combination of factors? Was there potential fuel contamination? There are any number of theories, including incorrect configuration of the flaps. All theories. Now we have the data, we will know the truth.
Yes, Vishnu, that means essentially what this really suggests is that now the data has been successfully secured and recovered. We are one step closer to solving the mystery of the Ahmedabad plane crash.
Well, I wouldn't say one step closer. We are on the verge of cracking the mystery. Let us hope that the data gives us a clear clear evidence of what exactly went wrong. Now, remember, when we speak about the DFDR, the Digital Flight Data Recorder, it records more than 1,000 parameters on every single aspect of the flight. For example, the performance of the engine, the fuel flow rate, the configuration of the flaps, those are structures on the wing, the configuration of the cockpit, the electronic systems on board, the electrical systems on board, the avionics on board, the control inputs by the pilots. That's one. And then, of course, there is the cockpit voice recorder, which records the conversations of the pilot. And so you corroborate what were the pilots saying and what does the data show. Remember, the cockpit voice recorder, in other words, the recordings of the conversations by the pilots themselves, is not necessarily enough to solve a mystery like this. You need data from the digital flight data recorders. Why is this important? It is important because Air India operates more Dreamliners than any other wide-body aircraft in its fleet. What is a wide-body aircraft? It is a long-range airliner with twin aisles inside the cabin, but the Dreamliner is used by airlines across the world. Therefore, this will have a bearing on Dreamliner operations for any number of airlines and carriers across the world. Is there a systemic problem with the Boeing 787? Is this as a result of a problem within Air India, a maintenance defect, pilot defect, or perhaps a combination of all factors? We will get to the truth soon enough.